Yeah, welcome to another video. Today I want to read through the patch notes of patch 6.01 that just has been released or is being released through the maintenance right now, and we just have to wait a bit more, so let's walk through these patch notes very quickly, briefly. They are kinda very short, but I think they don't lack any significance, so let's check what we're talking about. It is with great pleasure that we announce the patch notes for patch 6.01 are live. Be sure to check them out for a comprehensive list of additions and refinements to the game, including the new addition of new items and the new raid series Pandemonium. Okay, yeah, that means additional features will be implemented in future updates. Pandemonium Savage and the treasure hunt dungeon, the Excitatron 6000, are scheduled to be released in patch 6.05. So, yeah, that's 2 weeks ahead, and in 2 weeks we'll have the Savage stuff, we'll have new crafter gear, so basically everything that makes all the crafting useful and stuff, because yeah, hardcore raiders might want to have these raid or these crafted stuff for the first day, and I heard that some people are setting back some crafters to just craft the first day or first 3 days when the group is actually progressing. But yeah, that's the hardcore raiding scene. But yeah, what about the normal stuff? And that's what this patch is offering right now. We have playable content, of course. Chronicles of a New Era quests have been added, which will be the new raid here. So yeah, of course, if you haven't completed the MSQ, please be careful, because these might spoil you a bit, dealing with certain parts of the MSQ as well, or at least this is connected to the MSQ. So yeah, just be very careful with following here. I think that's actually only the only topic of this patch. So if you haven't completed MSQ, maybe you just skip the whole video now. Alright, so yeah, these are the new quests here. These might actually be spoilers for me as well, so I'm not trying to read anything here. Then, yeah, following adjustments have been made to the instance battle for the quest In From the Cold. I'm not sure if that's an MSQ duty, but maybe they have increased or decreased the difficulty level. I'm not sure about that. Very easy difficulty after failing duty. Okay, I don't know. Effects of the Indomitable Spirit status effect have been increased. In From the Cold. Yeah, it sounds like being a duty from MSQ somewhere around Garlemald. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think that's not really a big deal here. But yeah, for some it might be, so great to see this added. New Equestrian roles, of course, new content, new Equestrian roles, that's for sure. New triple tride cards have been added, also something, yeah, every new boss will introduce new triple tride cards, especially if the bosses have some kinda, yeah, appeal and look, or are actually characters that we know so far, so that's always a good, or are references to old Final Fantasy games, I don't know. Cards are there for everybody, right? Even bosses that are just Final Fantasy XIV bosses. Okay, so, yeah, that's the new dungeon, Asphodelos. That looks really nice. I like this underworld look here very, very much. Yeah, but item level requirement, average item level is 565 or above. This is actually a very high item level. Of course, you can get this with your tombstone gear easily, but if for myself, I try to mix stuff because of secondary stats. That's kind of high. I haven't expected this to be so high, because that's basically my item level right now. I just got one extreme trial ring, so 580 ring, but I'm planning to get more, and especially the weapons from the other trial, which I'm not trying to spoil here. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of high, but I think it's good, because then you're not pulling other players through this just by gear measures or gear reasons. So maybe it's actually a difficult one. I would love to see that the normal difficulty level, like I always told you, would be a bit more demanding, more challenging, like we had in Heavensward. That's my benchmark for normal difficulty level. That was really demanding, but yeah, not leaving you with a bad taste. So, for example, the Cruise Chaser, that was one of the best normal raid fights that I can imagine to have played. because it was demanding. You had to use communicative aspects in this game, which is kinda a good thing because it's an MMO still, and sometimes I like to see this being put into normal mode content as well. And yeah, that was really cool. You were not just guaranteed getting the drop in the next 30 minutes once you queue up for the dungeon or for the raid, which is super cool. This kind of fear and anxiety and little yeah, being anxious about not getting the gear is actually what makes gear special, or makes gear a bit more than just, oh yeah, we have to do this for this week, otherwise we're losing our tokens. So that would be cool. But yeah, just my 2 cents here. The extreme trials are great, so that's actually a very, very good spot for in between Savage and normal mode. So go in there, they are really fun, and I can only recommend to do them. Really cool fights so far. Okay, so rewards. Treasure coffers that appear upon completing Pandemonium Asphodelos will not yield gear, but instead yield tokens that can be traded for gear of your choosing. Basically, like it always goes like this. You can only receive 1 token per circle of Pandemonium Asphodelos each week. In the event you are awarded a token from the loot list, you relinquish your right to V for all remaining tokens, regardless of whether you select Need or Greed. The same way it always works. Also note there is no weekly restriction on entering Pandemonium Asphodelos. Yeah, and every Tuesday we got the reset. That's also something we know, are quite familiar with. So yeah, item exchange. You get the coffers here. These coffers reward you with tokens, and you need tokens for getting gear on this NPC here at Radz-at-Han. 4 pieces for body and legs, and 2 for head, hands and feet, and 1 for accessories. So yeah, we're not talking about a gear companion this time because it's really not worth it. I will do a gear companion for the next patch, so in 6.05, where we have the Savage gear, the craft gear, yeah, put on top of this, and also the Tombstone of Astronomy that will be introduced then. So there will be a gear companion, so don't worry if you're kinda lost on all the NPCs and stuff. There will be a video about this. But yeah, this time my recommendation just goes for get all of these here, and get these with the extreme trials. The extreme trials are really fun and really not that difficult. Okay, so for the one trial where you can get all the accessories from, this is actually not a difficult trial, and you should do that. And yeah, get all of these from the Eden raid now, from Pandemonium raid now. And my recommendations goes for legs and head, legs and body, if you find good substats on that. So crit, direct hit, especially if you have some stats that you at least want to avoid. That's at least what we can figure out right now. For example, the Summoner and Red Mage really don't need that much of spell speed when they need it at all. So yeah, try to avoid spell speed, and if legs or body parts don't have spell speed for Summoner and Red Mage, go for these. They provide very high stats, and main stats are still the best thing to gear up, possibly. Yeah, and you also get 1 token for exchanging the weapons with the next patch. So in 6.05, when Lagan Tombstones of Astronomy are also being introduced. But they also reduced the total amount of required tombstones from 1000 to 500, which is super cool to see. Because basically these weapons will be outdated, and they are on the same level like the second trial or the first trial, extreme trial weapon. So it might not be very useful to get these for the people that have cleared the Savage, the extreme trial, but it might be good for all others that haven't. So it's good to see that this has been reduced to 500, because it blocks you out on other stuff that is 590 item level stuff, and then can be upgraded to 600, or I heard rumors that it could actually be 605 item level, but I'm not sure about this. Maybe just the weapon again. But yeah, 600 item level upgrades that will be on the same level like the Savage gear you can get. Alright, so yeah, they have been added to the duty roulette here. Average item level Mentor has been increased 550 to 565. And yeah, this is actually a big one. Experience points earned by completing level 81 to 89 dungeons has been increased. I really thought yesterday when working on the leveling guide, it felt that dungeons are a bit behind, because you don't get anything else than just pure EXP, and you really need a good group to be on par with Bozja and Zadnor, or maybe even Fates. So it's good to see that they increased that. This should be the best option in my opinion, because dungeons are teaching you your rotation, your stuff that you need to know for endgame better than anything else. At least way better than Bozja does, because you actually level there, you don't get any, you cannot use your new skills that you learn after level 80, so basically when you reach level 90 you don't know anything about your new skills. So dungeons are the best method, and they should, highlight these and focus on these with the biggest EXP rewards here. And it's good to see that. I'm not sure about the certain numbers, maybe it's just 20% or 30%, but that's actually a lot. So if you grind down a lot of dungeons with 30% more than now, it's worth doing. And yeah, experience points earned by completing junior, associate and senior guildship mark builds has been increased, which is super great, because that was the second thing I figured out, that these guildship hunts are kind of lacking and falling behind a bit. I don't know, maybe just my impression, but they feel very, very bad compared to Fate. You can just do the Fate in the same time and you have much higher reward there. And I like that you have something on the daily basis that kind of gives you this extra push. Like you have the stuff that you do constantly and over and over and over again, but you have this daily stuff that you can do on a daily basis and get this extra push on top of it, which this was always like that. So I hope that they increased it to the value that you have this extra push with guildship hunts. Okay, so new items have been added. I don't know if it's in the same way blurry on your screen as mine. The resolution of this image might be way below full HD. I don't know. It looks very blurry here, but yeah, the gear is cool. I like that. Maybe that will be the time when I can finally wear the garments you get from a certain quest in the main scenario quest, because I was kinda careful to not wear it, because this might be a big spoiler actually. So yeah, when you wear this in Old Charlian, when people just arrive there, it might be a spoiler, so I always try to avoid this, but yeah, right now it might be. Oh yeah, that's the new raid gear. It has something to do with Pandemonium, with Asians, with the people from the planet, the first people of the planet. Maybe it's not a big spoiler for the MSQ, because right now we just have MSQ, and everything that you cannot put somewhere else is just a spoiler from the MSQ, and it's dangerous for other people that are very, very frantic with all that MSQ spoiler stuff. Okay, so new achievements have been added. Of course, PlayStation 5, new minions have been added, new music has been added. The volume of the sound effect played when successfully completing an action combo has been increased. Okay. Sound effect of Broil and male Viera voice 4 have been adjusted. What the heck? Okay, that's good to know. That might be way better now. I don't know. Okay, resolved issues. I don't want to go through all of these, but it's kind of cool to see that these are the only issues they have for an expansion launch, and that's what I kind of experienced as well. Once you're over the queue and you got through the queue, it was actually very, very flawless. The experience, the play experience of the expansion was super good, and yeah, near to perfect actually. So once you were in the game, I had no issue at all, except for maybe some lags and latency issues in the evening when yeah the most players are just on the server, so and are stuck in queue. So that was maybe the one issue that I figured out or experienced so far, that you have some lags later on. But yeah, that's basically it. These are the patch notes, so yeah, just hop in there, get your Pandemonium gear, and have a lot of fun with the patch. You have still 2 weeks for the normal version to enjoy the normal version and yeah, get through all the normal stuff, so you don't have to skip content actually, which I really don't like at all, to just be the first on anything. But yeah, some people do, and that's fine. That's fine. If they have fun with doing that, they should do that. So if you like to do that, go for it. But yeah, until that time, there will be Dragoon content coming before Christmas, hopefully. And yeah, there's another special video because we will have to talk about substats, don't we? I think we have, so yeah, there will be a video about that. And yeah, next week, I can't promise that, but yeah, I hope that next week we will have live streams again, and I'm trying my best to keep the hype up, so you should do as well. And until then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay in queue, and keep loving Final Fantasy.